I got asked this question this morning. What are some things I can do to my LinkedIn profile to make it stand out to the recruiters that I want to talk with? Here are 10 things that you can do to make your LinkedIn profile stand out. The first thing you have to do before you even get started is make sure you are clear on who are the recruiters and who are the people that are important to you when you're using LinkedIn. This is called your target audience or most important viewer. You need to be clear about who these people, who these humans are. And while you're figuring that out, you also need to be clear on what are the words and phrases, often referred to as keywords, that resonate with these people in regards to what it is that you do or want to do. Know your target audience and know the words that you need to use. Then you can start building a LinkedIn profile that stands out. All right, with that in place, here's tip number 1. Have a profile picture. Profile pictures show that you are approachable. The lack of a profile picture says you're not approachable. Number 2, use the headline field of 220 characters to tell your target audience, your most important viewer, what you do for them. What is it that you do that's important to them? And you need to use those keywords, those phrases, those words that resonate with them in this field. Number 3, in your About section. Your About section is 2,600 characters. You want to make sure these first 3 lines stand out and clearly are telling your target audience what you do for them. No, you don't want to think of anything other than what am I doing that's relevant to you. And that's what you put in these 3 lines. Then you can keep writing in your About section, telling your target audience, your most important viewer, that recruiter, that hiring manager, or that business professional, what you do for them. Again, continuously using the words and phrases that resonate with them. Here's the next big one. In your experience section, do not use HR assigned titles in the title field. Instead, use these 100 characters to tell your target audience, your most important viewer, that hiring manager, recruiter, or business professional, what you do for them. Again, using words that resonate with them. Number 5. In the description box, where you by default only get to see 1 line, you want to make sure, first of all, that in that very first line, you're again speaking clearly to that target audience, telling them what you do. Then in the rest of this text, which is 2,000 characters, you need to continue in using different words and telling a slightly different way. Tell your target audience, the hiring manager, the recruiter, the business professional, the business owner, etc., tell them what you do, what you can do, and what you enjoy doing, relevant to what they need to have done and relevant to what you want to do. In your prior experience section, you want to only talk about what you did in these prior jobs that is relevant or shows professional growth to who you are today or what you are trying to become. You do not want to talk about that company. You don't want to talk about their products, their services, their solutions. You only want to use this to show the story of how you're grown in the role you're in today, or talk about what you did back then that's relevant to what you want to do today. In the skills section, you only want to put skills in here. You can have 50 of them. You only want to have the skills that are relevant to who you are and what you do today or what you want to be doing. You do not want any other skills that are irrelevant to what you do today or want to do today. Furthermore, I would also encourage you not to use the basic skills of using an ink pen, a number 2 pencil in Microsoft Word or Excel, if those are in fact basic skills for the role that you want to do or are doing. You could use Word or Excel if you are using them in an advanced way, more than what most people do. Here's number 8, license and certifications, as well as courses. You want to use these fields to, again, continue showing your target audience, your most important viewer, hiring manager, recruiter, business owner, etc., You want to show them that you are continuing to grow in the industry you're in, doing the kinds of work that they need to have done. And you want to use any or all of the remaining sections that are available under either recommended, recommendations is there, under additional, volunteer, publications, patents, projects, etc., etc. You want to use any of these that you can use to continue showing your target audience, the hiring manager, the owner of the company, etc., that what you do is relevant to what they need to have done. That what you have done is something that could be beneficial to their business, to that department in the role they're looking to fill. And here's my last tip. You want to keep your LinkedIn profile up to date. Review it on a quarterly basis at the least, so that it is always up to date and has all the information and is adjusted based on the role that you are in or the roles that you are seeking. And the last tip in regards to reviewing your LinkedIn profile is review it for grammatical errors and review it for spelling errors often. Grammatical and spelling errors can kill the impact that your LinkedIn profile can provide for you. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist, trainer, and coach. And I hope these 10 tips are useful for you.